adventurers! I'm Willow, and today I introduce to you a new artwork and story. This is one of a new dragon of mine which lurks around the pine forests. He's a guardian, but is this a peaceful guardian or a devious beast out for a snack? Let's find out as Willow encounters this creature. The field's grasses were tall, a few feet long and golden. As they waved in the breeze with the barley and a small red and yellow prickly flowers, the sun was high in the sky, a hot summer day. Willow could hear the cicadas screaming from the trees, their rattling and sizzling sound almost like the ringing of ears. It was unpleasant. In retreat to escape the summer, Miss Willow ran into the thick pine forests for some shade and possibly the decline of cicadas' songs. As she entered, the bark of the old trees could be seen in inch-thick, dark sheets. They seemed as though they would fall apart if touched, but to her surprise they were as sturdy as a rock. There was a small trail of pine needles leading into the center of the forest to a clearing. It looked alluring and beautiful. She knew this place somewhat, and remembered there being a little fairy which giggled with her about gossip some time ago. Maybe she would meet her old fair-weather friend once again. Trotting down the path, now cool in the tree's massive shade, the bushes in front of her moved. As she peered over at them, she could see a long yellow snake from the undergrowth slip back under the greenery. It was slender and had orange fur, orange as the old dried pine needles. It almost matched the ground. Willow stepped back, apprehensive. Snakes were no good, and one that size she was going to avoid at all costs. Walking down another route, she came upon a great boulder of ivy and cracked stone, taller than herself, blocking the path ahead. She touched it, and it was cold. Curiously, she peered around the edge and saw a massive, and I mean humongous creature. The snake? No, not one bit. The snake she saw was the tail of a gigantic creature, a dragon. She only got one glimpse of it before hiding again behind a boulder. It had a very narrow, long snout, which trailed into a beard as long as her entire body. Its snaky body trailed for many tens of feet behind it, and its wings were the size of a whole forest's clearing. The creature bared sharp horns as long as 3 men lying down straight, and they were pointy. She could only imagine the feeling of one. Worse than the sharpest, freshly sharpened pencils. Out of nowhere, the beast then called out, "Young miss, you may come out. I am the Lord Hemlock, the guardian of the forests. I seek no flesh to snack upon, but simply the sap from the trees. You are safe, if you come bearing no axe, my kin's sworn enemy." Willow stepped into the clearing to look up at the mighty creature. This dragon, the color of a pine needle on a path, and the color of maple's sap, bent its long neck down and came face to face with her. A surprisingly wise and kind face coming from a dragon of its size. Willow spoke. "Oh, Lord Hemlock, I am so sorry for intruding. I bear no axe. Fear not. Your trees are very gorgeous, so old and wise. They are safe from me." The dragon laughed. "Ha ha ha! You are a sweet lady, you are. I am relieved at your coming of peace to my forests. They thank you well. It is a fond thing to have met you, miss. And what is your name?" he bellowed. Willow cleared her throat. "I'm Willow, the princess of the kingdom north of your pine forest. It is a pleasure to meet you, too. Never do I meet such kindred dragons like yourself. Nonetheless, those devouring plants. You have my best wishes, Lord." She spoke politely. Hemlock bowed his head and approvingly leaned it on top of Willow's shoulders as a greeting. This was a creature who was clearly very polite and willing to make peace with anyone of a kind heart. Perhaps Willow will stumble upon Lord Hemlock in the near future. We'll just have to wait and see. The end! I hope you had fun and enjoyed. Stick around for more projects soon, and have a lovely day or night.